on YouTube, and this is obviously being broadcast right now on Google Plus. I see Chica here. Thank you so much. Um, this is the Coils and Kinks live interview with me, Moria, or you Moria, that's my full name, from profoundcoils.com, and Shanine Alessia. Did I get that right?
Alessia.
Alessia, thank you. Shanine Alessia from Virtuouz Kinks. So just a couple of, house rules for this hangout. If you join it live from Google Plus, I ask that you just mute it. And we're going to take all the questions via the chat on the side. Maybe in a future interview we'll be able to manage, live questions. But for now, we'll just take them through the chat. If you are viewing this from YouTube, you can go ahead and go to facebook.com/profoundcoils, and you can ask your questions from there. I won't be checking those questions for the last 20 minutes or so of the interview, but I will log on to Facebook to take any questions. So once again, if you're viewing from YouTube, go to facebook.com/profoundcoils, and you can just type your question to my wall, and I will take the questions that way if you're viewing from YouTube. If you're a Google Plus Hangout, just put them on the chat here, and we'll take questions throughout the interview. It will also depend on the length of your question. If it's a little bit longer, we're not ignoring you. It's just that we'll have to get to it towards the end. We're going to try to keep this towards an hour. Yeah, I don't talk too much. That's what happens. So, first of all, thank you, Shanine, for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate the fact that you were willing to do this. You're all the way in Florida. I'm in California, so this is really awesome that Google has been able to provide us with this nice lecture. So, introduce yourself. Tell us about Virtuouz Kinks.
Okay, well, as you said, my name is Shanine Alessia, and basically Virtuouz Kinks, as you know, I'm transitioning to becoming natural, and as I began to see my kinks start to come in and my natural hair grow, I just started to fall in love with it, and I'm enjoying my journey. Although I'm still transitioning, I'm not completely natural yet. I'm still, I still get to see my kinks and enjoy it, so that's where the kinks came in, and the virtuous part is basically, that's just how I live my life. I try to basically exemplify the book of Proverbs, try to be a Proverbs 31 woman. And the verse, Proverbs 31, verse 10, it says, who can find a virtuous woman, for her price is far above rubies. And basically, that's just how I came up with the name, as simple as that.
Thank you for that. That's beautiful. Wow. Thank you. So, speaking on Proverbs, before we even get into talking about your natural hair journey, which we will, there is a whole nother level, which is basically already introduced, your spiritual walk, that has actually even, you can talk about transitioning, it also ties into that. So I want you to tell us more about your new show, the P31 show. Before we even get into the natural hair, we're going to get there, everyone, so hang on tight, but it's always good to know who's talking to us about her hair. So tell us more about the P31 show.
Okay, well, the P31 show, I've been doing it for like almost 2 years now, and basically I just was in my room one day as I was reading my Bible, and I was just, I think it was the book of Samuel's. I don't remember the first topic that I ever talked about, but basically I just made a video and I posted it to my Facebook, and then people started commenting and saying that they like it. And I had like a little jingle in the beginning of the video. It was like,
yep.
This P31 show. And people told me that I should continue doing that jingle. So ever since then, I just kept making videos on different topics. And the topics are usually just encouraging other believers in the faith. And also, even if people aren't believers in the faith, they can still be encouraged by the video, because it's like real life topics that I talk about and things that can actually help you in your life. And I enjoy talking, I enjoy helping and encouraging others, so that's basically what the P31 show is about, to just encourage others, men and women.
And what kind of things this year are you going to address within the P31 show? Or do you have any plans in tying the P31 show to natural hair? I mean, because being encouraged and being virtuous, all these things, they definitely tie into accepting who we are, loving who we are. Is there any way you're going to tie those two in? Have you already done that?
Yeah. Have you already done that? I've actually been thinking of a way to try to tie it in, and I'm still working on that. The last video I made was just about knowing like the different characteristics of God, but as far as tying it into like making topics about your natural hair and the P31 show, I haven't done that yet, but that's something I'm actually looking forward to doing because I haven't made a video in like 2
Okay.
months for the P31 show. So if you guys have any ideas on how I can tie that in, you guys can leave comments or questions on the side as well.
Okay, cool. Did you double join on here? Sorry, I'm looking at the bottom here. I'm just, if anybody's leaving the hangout, then I'm not blocking anybody. I'm just ejecting it so that more people can join. So if you've left the hangout and you come back in, that's fine. Just come back in. There, Terrence is back. Hi, Terrence. I just wanted to make sure I was able to open it up so that we have everybody available. So thank you.
Did you get kicked out?
So going on, you also just celebrated your 1 year of transitioning. You're actually in the midst of celebrating it right now, right? It was February of 2012.
No, it was actually January.
January.
Wait, my 1 year?
Okay, so you've already celebrated it.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I've already celebrated it, but yeah,
okay.
I actually retained a lot of growth unexpectedly, but it's still not to a length that I'm kind of happy with yet. That's why I'm still in my transitioning phase right now.
Got it. Why did you choose to transition versus doing the big chop?
I would say I choose to transition because I felt that even though a lot of people say it takes more courage to big chop, I felt like for me it's kind of a little bit more difficult to transition, but I'm enjoying it because I feel like it's kind of the best of both worlds. And if I would automatically chop, I wouldn't be able to do certain styles that I can do now. And I want to be able to catch up my hair in a ponytail, and if I just big chop and chop all my hair, I'm not going to be able to. I'm just going to be able to rock a little teeny weeny afro, and I think that's cute, but I've always had shoulder length hair, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for that yet, but I feel like I'm going to be ready soon to chop. I don't feel like I'll be transitioning for a whole nother year.
You think you're going to be transitioning for another year?
No, I said I don't think I will be transitioning for a whole nother year.
Okay. What kind of, you talk about how you've had some struggles or how transitioning is, complicated in itself, and it really is. Really quick, for those of you who are not familiar with transitioning is when you have your natural hair, it's growing out while you have your natural hair, texturized, chemically treated hair. So you're not right away cutting off all of your chemically treated hair. We call that the big chop. You are letting your natural hair, your natural texture grow out, and at the same time you have your chemically treated texture. There is what we call the line of demarcation, which is where your natural hair, your texturized or chemically treated hair. So Shanine, tell us, how do you take care of that? Because I know for myself, when I had a weave back in 2011 and 2000. No, not 2012, 2011. Sorry, time's going back fast. And when I had my weave, I only had the edges. The whole perimeter of my head was textured, and the center was all natural, but obviously it was braided out into the weave. When I started wearing my weave and I was just wearing my natural hair and textured, edges, those edges were breaking off like wildfire. I mean, it was summer of 2011. I had stopped wearing weave in May or June. By July, I had no hair around my edges, specifically in the front. I mean, my mom and we tried to put my hair in kinky twist. She had, I mean, it was probably like that much hair, not even, on my edges. My point is, how are you taking care of your hair and able to keep your hair healthy with the two textures? Because I couldn't manage that, so I'm really interested in how you do that.
Well, I would say at first my journey, probably I would have a different answer for you, but I realized that it does take a lot, but it doesn't take as much. I would say keep it as simple as possible. Like make sure you have a regimen like in mind. Like I'm gonna wash my hair maybe once a week, and I'm gonna deep condition every 3 or 4 days. And I feel like once you set that regimen and you actually stick with it, then your hair will do just fine. And with me, I don't put that much stuff in my hair. The only one time I did like a protein treatment, which was like maybe when I actually reached my 1 year mark. I did the egg mixed with honey and extra virgin olive oil and mayonnaise, and that was like the only extravagant thing I used in my hair. But as far as everything else, I just make sure I wash my hair consistently. I eliminated heat recently, so I don't use a flat iron as much. And I try to let my hair air dry as much as possible. So I would just say keep it simple. Don't become a product junkie buying a whole bunch of products.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
I am a recovering product junkie, and it is like seriously an addiction. It's not even a joke. It's not a joke. It's hard.
Oh my
It's
God.
hard. So then,
It is.
speaking of that, let me get to the first question. My first question for you, with regards to what you said, is: have you been tempted to relax your hair? Like,
Not as of now, but
okay.
like before I reached my 1 year mark, I kind of was reminiscing and looking at pictures on when I had my hair relaxed. And actually, one of my friends commented and was like, "Why do you have?" Because I had it as one of my profile pictures on Twitter. And she's like, "Why do you still have your straight hair as your profile picture? Your hair's not straight anymore." And I was just like, "Oh, I'm just reminiscing." But it was, but it just maybe was like for a couple weeks or so.
Okay.
But then I had to think it through and realize, you know what, I can be more versatile with my natural hair. I can work curly, and if I want that straight look, I can flat iron it. So
Right.
yeah.
Right. So I have I'm gonna try. And I apologize. My name is Demoria. I am very big on pronouncing names properly, and I apologize ahead of time if I mispronounce your name. Please forgive me. I wish that it wouldn't be so. But I'm gonna try. So Shakira, I hope that's right. Is asking, Shakira. I made that so complicated. Thank you, Shakira. Thank you, Shakira. Okay, Shakira is asking you, what are your favorite hair products?
Recently, I've been using the shampoo and the conditioner. It's called the Lucents, and I actually got it from my mom. I don't know if you ever heard of it. You can Google it, but I have no idea where you would buy it in the stores. But she had it in her closet, and I've been using that for a while, and that's been for like a few months now. But as of recent, my new favorite product would be the Aunt Jackie's Curl La La.
Where do you get that?
It's like a curling. Huh?
Where do you purchase that?
Where do you purchase that? Oh, you can purchase it online on Curl Mart, or you can actually go to Family Dollar. I got mine from Family Dollar.
Products. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay.
You can go to Family Dollar. It was just $5. It's Aunt Jackie's Curl La La curling custard. And I'm actually, if you guys go to my YouTube page, Virtuouz Kinks, I'm actually doing a giveaway that I just opened, and I'll be giving away that product as well as another girl is going to be doing it with me as well, and she's giving away Carol's Daughter. But I haven't tried any Carol's Daughter products yet, but the Aunt Jackie's Curl La La would be one of the best products I've used so far. It really defines your curls, and I would say that's one of my staples.
Right. Okay. I'm going to pause this real quick and rehash some things. Once again, there's a chat box inside. If you're joining here via the Google Plus Hangout, feel free to ask your questions. If your question is a bit long, I'm writing them down. I'm not ignoring them. We'll take it at the last 20 minutes. Otherwise, I'll be asking as I go along if I can fit it within my questions. Also, Shanine, really quickly, can you go ahead and share your social media pages for everyone? Make sure you like her on Facebook, follow her on Twitter, and subscribe to her on YouTube. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, my YouTube channel name is Virtuouz Kinks. it's the same as this account that I'm using on here. And my Facebook page is www.facebook.com/Virtuouz Kinks. And my Instagram is Virtuouz Kinks. So it's pretty synonymous. It's the same name. So that's pretty much all my social media sites that I use.
Perfect. For me, my Facebook is facebook.com/profound coils. My YouTube is Profound Coils. My Twitter is Profound Coils. My Instagram is Ms. Right on Time. That's NSWRIGHT and then on time. All one word, of course. Just straight through, no spaces. So just sharing that social media for you guys. We're going to move forward. Let's see here. So Kika has a question for you. Or both of us. Oh, okay. Have you ever made your own hair products? All right. If yes, what do you use and for what purpose? I'll start. I'll let Shanine marinate on that because I've been asking so many questions. So for me, I do the do-it-yourself mixtures. I don't want to say I'm making my own hair products because I'm combining things that already exist and making them work for me. And so that is a yes, I guess, in that regard. And my biggest thing that I do, and my regimen is on my website, profoundcoils.com. But and I'm going to be washing my hair tomorrow, so I mix Rosol clay, olive oil, and organic honey together. I'm going to start mixing my brownie powder, perhaps with that, but for now, those are what I'm using. I use those for my monthly deep conditioner. Weekly, for my deep conditioner, I'm using green gouge powder. I'm introducing brownie into it. I have not used it as of yet, but I just received it, so that will be next week. That's what I'll be doing with my hair. And also honey and olive oil with those. Mixing those all together, leaving that on for about an hour. And prior to that, I saturate my hair with coconut oil, cover it with a plastic cap, and I leave that on for as long as I have. I love the way coconut oil really keeps my hair nice and moist, helps me detangle it. And so, yeah, that's what I do. I don't mix my own products. I mean, I'm a product junkie, so I purchase what's out there in the market. But I will say that for oils, I kind of combine two oils. I have my Brazil nut oil and my argan oil. If any of you are familiar with argan oil, you know that it is expensive. For 4 ounces, you're paying about $27. Ridiculous, but it's well worth it from my experience. Brazil nut oil is about $18 for maybe an 8-ounce bottle, and so I kind of split those two. So I have half argan oil, half Brazil nut oil, and that's my treat to my hair every few days. And I don't want to use it too much because I'm afraid I don't want to run out of it because argan oil is expensive, and I'm not trying to go broke for some oil. But I definitely do like it. So that's my, I guess, my little way that I kind of, make my own products. But otherwise, I'm just kind of using what's out there and mixing it to my needs. So, Shanine, what about you?
I would say kind of the same with what you said. I actually buy products and I just mix stuff in with them, like the Shea Moisture. I have the deep treatment mask, and with that, I'll put some extra virgin olive oil and mix it in, and just put it on my hair for a deep conditioner. And when I fill my spray bottle up, I put distilled water inside, and I also put some extra virgin olive oil along with, depending on which leave-in conditioner I want to use, either the Giovanni Direct Leave-In or my Elucent conditioner.
Here.
Oh, wow. It's a big one.
A liter. You can get it on massagewarehouse.com. It's $13 for a liter. I think it's like, maybe $8 for an 8-ounce. And the only catch is because you're ordering it online, you got shipping that puts it at $20. But if anybody knows about Giovanni, I mean, I haven't even opened this. I'm so scared. But anyways, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So yeah, that's basically all that I do. And then when I make my my protein treatments, then I'll put like honey. Oh yeah, sometimes when I do my deep conditioner, I do put honey in it as well. So that's basically what I do. I just add in natural ingredients is basically all I do.
Okay.
Keep it simple.
And once again, people, continue to feel free to share or type your questions. Oh, I'm so good on time. I'm not going to go on Facebook yet. Don't think. What are your go-to styles? You're transitioning. I know that I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube, and transitioners are really big at doing a lot of curl sets. So a lot of wiggle sets, whether it be curl formers or flexi rods, perm rods, because obviously it really helps to blend the two textures together. What are your go-to styles as a transition? I know now you have some box braids. They're really gorgeous. What other styles do you do?
Thank you. Well, when I don't do braids, I love braids because it's so easy for me to do. And when I get tired of my hair, I just put them in. But if I have my natural hair out, I'll do like flat twists. I'll flat twist them going towards this way and then going back, and then I'll just bantu knot the ends of it, and it comes out really curly and nice, and people actually think I'm completely natural. So I love how it blends your relaxed ends with your natural hair. And is there anything else? Well, I can't cornrow, so when I need cornrows done in my hair, I ask my friend. Like recently, I did a mohawk updo where I had the sides going up. So I'll try to be creative with anything I can do. But as far as my go-to, I love doing twist outs and flat twists.
Okay, cool. And I love flat twists too. I love flat twists. I can't cornrow, so. And I thought that flat twists were going to be really difficult for me to master, but no, once you get it, once you have it, you got it.
Yes.
Love my flat twist. And bantus are really pretty on, they're always pretty, but it just has a very sleek look. When you've got your hair blown out for transitioning hair, it's going to have a sleeker look depending on how much new growth you have. So yeah, that's really pretty. So I have a question here for Moria. What are the best ways to define your curls and prevent shrinkage? Well, first of all, shrinkage is a huge part of natural hair. I do not think, depending on your texture, you're going to have it. But for me, I will tell you that the way I have dealt with shrinkage, I guess, is to really, I'm big on curl formers. Let me get a curl former in case you're not home. Yes, I have one handy. These are the shortest things right here. And yeah, I was on my bed. And I have a tutorial on my YouTube channel as well about curl forming. They stretch your hair naturally, and you do not need to use heat. And they're so convenient once you get the hang of it that you can wash your hair, right? Put your leave-in, fill your hair with your oil, whatever your regimen is for your hair. You can do that, and then you simply slip the curl former, into your hair in sections, and you wake up the next morning, and your hair is stretched. And you can do the edges where you've had any my edges for me, they're kinkier all the way around. It smooths everything out, makes life easier. So that's how I stretch my hair. You don't need any heat. I've done it where I'm sitting under a hooded dryer. They turn out sleek, but honestly, it depends on the time. If you leave them in for 8 hours, right when you get home from work, or on a weekend, on a Sunday evening, the longer you keep them in, the better. A lot of times it does matter what you use to set it. So depending on what you use to style your hair, if you're using, mousse, or you're using styler gel, eco-styler gel, anything like that, same thing. You just got to know your hair as far as how long it'll take to dry. But if you already know all that stuff, the catch, they're pretty expensive, and I gradually built my curl former collection. So I mean, that's the only cat. But once you got them, you got them. That's a good thing. But it did. I didn't buy the big pack where it's like $60. I was like, there's no way. So I gradually built my collection, and I realized that the smaller section you have, the sleeker your set is going to be. So that's another big deal. Another thing that I do is I flat twist, that we were just talking about. I flat twist my hair, leave it in overnight. And Bantus don't stretch my hair. They give a good feel to it, but if my hair is already wet, they don't stretch it. I'll say one more thing about the curl formers. They make every other style you want to accomplish during the week easier. So if you're trying to get a bigger twist out, a bigger Bantu knot out, all those things, the curl formers are a great way to stretch your hair while keeping it away from you. And then, you know, maybe the next evening, it'll be easier for you to put the Bantus in or the flat twist, and you'll have a larger set. So hopefully that answered your question. If it didn't, feel free to elaborate. But yeah, I'm not. Another good thing, sorry, is like this. I have my hair like a little kind of ponytail, upward puff that stretches out the roots. But I mean, otherwise it's kind of hard to combat it depending on your texture. It just depends on what you want to do. But I don't do it too much shrinkage with my hairstyles because I'm trying to really stay protective styling. So I'll flat twist throughout the week, or I'll do the curl former set and then just pin it up. So that's how I'm preventing the shrinkage from happening. Yeah. That was a long-winded answer. Okay, so we're gonna. I'm gonna go ahead and let me open the Facebook page really quickly. See what we have here. Give me 1 second. Let's see if we have anything. Okay. I don't have any questions that I see, so we're good with Facebook. And I'll just, make the announcement one more time. If you are viewing this via YouTube, you can ask any questions you may have via the Profound Coils Facebook page. That's facebook.com/Profound Coils. And feel free to just post on my wall there, and I'll take questions that way. I'm not taking questions via Twitter. It happens so fast, and I haven't mastered Twitter, to be quite honest, in that way. So the Facebook is a little bit easier for me to navigate. I'm going to ask you another question, Shanine. When we were corresponding via email, you mentioned you had some worries about how your hair will be viewed, how you will be viewed as a professional post-graduation as you enter into healthcare management. So share those concerns with us, please.
I would say the concerns would be geared towards where I would, for example, if I would graduate, and it depends on what area I would go into. Right. If I would go into a health center in like a rural area, I feel like it wouldn't be a problem. But say if I would want to go into like a hospital or a different kind of setting with my major, I feel like I probably would be viewed as maybe you need to straighten your hair or you need to do something, and it may not be accepted as much because I don't really see that much. See it in the workforce, and I feel like it has like just a view it just doesn't look professional.
Right. I see what you mean, and it's different for me. I'm out at Google, and at that business, that corporation, there are plenty of women with afros, twist outs, bantu, twist, whatever. It doesn't even matter. I mean, and I'm in the legal building. People have afros, and they're taken completely seriously. It's not affecting their workplace, but it depends. I shared those concerns with you as well. My predominant career path is acting. I'm an actress, for those of you who don't know. And so I had posted on my blog on profoundcoils.com, maybe about November-ish, that I would continue to wear weave as a protective style for my career. And I had to really think about it. I mean, this is very recent. This is 2013 decision. And I decided for myself that if I'm going to represent Profound Coils, if I'm going to represent this, whole idea of embracing who I am, that I'm going to take the risk, take the faith, really the faith, and I'm not going to let who I am naturally to affect me in, the way I wear my hair. So that's not to say for a role you're not going to see me in a weave or a wig. I mean, I very well am more than willing to do that for a role. But when it came down to my headshots, I had to make the decision this past month, because I'm going to take some new ones in March, that I want to wear my natural hair. And I was concerned. I said, okay, I'll get a natural hair wig and I'll wear that for the headshot. And then I'll just be natural every other time. But it's like, if this is going to be your predominant career, that's how they're going to view you. And so however you start is going to be the way that you want them to view you. And there's enough politics and Hollywood and all those things. I don't want to sign myself up for introducing myself to the public with my weave. So I completely understand the struggle. And then with you, that's my creative liberty. You're talking about a very professional, confined setting. And you're going to figure it out. If anybody else has any experience they can share with us, Shanine, please feel free to do that in the chat box on the side. But I definitely understand what you mean, and it's a difficult decision because it's having to balance, yes, I love myself, I love my natural hair, but how do I reassure that other people are still going to take me serious as a professional? And then it's, the practical, you can easily say, well, who cares if people say, be yourself and the rest will follow. But when you talk about all the time you're putting into your degree and all this, it's like, I don't have time to waste on trying to prove myself just so I can get the job. I want to get the job and with my natural hair. But there are so many styles. And once you're fully transitioned, there's going to be so many styles. I mean, we've already talked about curls and all those things. So maybe for an interview, you can do that and just slick back on, without having to compromise your texture and having to compromise the health of your natural hair. So you're going to figure that out for sure. I'm positive.
Mm-hmm.
And having to compromise the health of your natural hair. So you're going to figure that out for sure. I'm positive.
I'm sure I will. Thank you.
So you're welcome. So Terrence has a question for us. And I'll give it to you, and then I'll give my advice if you have any. What would you recommend as treatment for regrowth of your edges? Ooh, this makes me excited.
Well, I feel like you can probably relate to that more with the incident, but me, I would say, just from the stories that I've seen, the things that I've seen online, I know that Jamaican black castor oil does wonders. So I would recommend that, and I would recommend massaging your scalp as well with that oil. That's basically all I have to say.
I am right on track with you. I have my little handy. Everybody give me one moment here. Let's see. Okay. This was not planned, but it happens to be right here. I have my Tropic Isle Living Jamaican Black Castor Oil. I don't know if you can see that right there. I got this online via Amazon. And it works. I put it in. Give me 1 second. Right here. I put it in this applicator right here. And I mixed. Now, before when I was trying to grow my edges, I did not mix it with anything. But since then, that was 2011. I've done an immense amount of research on natural hair and growth and promoting growth. So I wanted to mix it with an essential oil. And the scent is strong. So I mixed this with some lavender oil. I probably have 5 drops of lavender oil in here. And I'm putting that on my hair. I mean, about once every other night. Some nights I'm just like, I want to put that on my edges. I'll put it 2 nights in a row. And I just recently actually went back to Jamaican black castor oil. I think I got so lost in all of the different products that are out there and the oils and all this stuff that I forgot what made my edges grow back in the first place. And so when I thought about it, and I recently got it, I got it highlighted, or I got color basically, a full color back in November, and I was really concerned about keeping my hair healthy, and I had to just step back and simplify my routine and say, wait, what was able to grow these edges back? Because my edges are not breaking off. I'm not coloring them for that very reason. They're too sensitive, and right now I'm not comfortable doing any color treating to them, so everything's in the center of my head, which is stronger. But anyhow, I've gone back into making black castor oil, and honestly, it helps. That's all I was putting on my edges when I had all that breakage, when I had texturized my hair, or stopped texturizing my hair back at the and I was that was the beginning of my healthy natural hair journey. I knew nothing. I am mainly natural because I had cut out a texturizer before I started doing bleach. But Jamaican black castor oil is an answer to that. And really, like Shanine said, the scalp massages 10 minutes a day. It could be in traffic. You probably want to massage your hair. If you deal with the traffic I deal with, you want to just relax yourself. At work when you're stressed, you know, massage your scalp. Like, it helps relax you in the first place. So really, it's just honestly, it's 10 minutes a day, scalp massages, and those little temples, those areas where you might really experience, you know, be prone to breakage, which is for a lot of us. I mean, I know for me, despite hair texture, this is just a sensitive area of hair, like the sensitive area of your scalp. So just do that, and you know, put a little bit of castor oil on your fingertips, massaging it at night before you go to bed, and just pay attention to it. It's very thick. You don't need a lot of it, and it'll last you a very long time. That small little bottle I just showed you, it lasts a long time. So
yeah, and I like to add something else as well. Even though you may do like massage the oil in, and you know, use the right things like the Jamaican black castor oil, it depends on how you're treating your hair as well. If you're doing styles that's pulling on your edges and that's causing tension, and like a lot of people pull their hair back like really, really tight, like that's not good. Or do styles, sew-ins that, you know, that mess with your scalp as you're trying to grow it back, then it's kind of like you're like messing up what you're trying to do, so it's not gonna grow.
That's true. Yeah, I agree. Like it definitely, you got to make sure that you're not doing anything that's going to tug on your hair or pull too tight. That was another huge problem I had when I was growing out my edges again. I was in the kinky twist, and I had yarn braids, you know, during that same time as well. It was like, I got to get these edges in the hair, and you know, in the synthetic hair. But they're really tiny, and that means I got to pull tight. So it was, you know, it was honestly bringing me back to elementary school. Braids were falling out left and right because I was trying not to, you know, and it was like, got to gel the edges. And, I mean, it's a process. It's going to go fast. And that Jamaican black castor oil really kept my hair healthy. People say it makes your hair thicker. You have as many follicles in your hair that you're going to always have, but because of its thick texture or consistency, I would say, it does make your hair appear thicker. So it really coats your hair. And do hot oil treatments. It's the general health, but all these tips together will definitely help grow those edges back. You're welcome, Terrence. Thank you. I know I was on a total tangent. If anybody else has any more questions, feel free to share. Shanine, do you have any other advice? I mean, we're close to 4:45. We're close to 5 here, 8 there. Any other last minute questions, anybody? And Shanine, anything else? Any advice?
Any advice? In general, I would just say to whether you choose to transition, or whether you choose to big chop, or whether you choose to go back to your perm, whatever you choose to do, like, make sure that it's your decision and you're not doing it because, oh, your friend thinks it's good, or I don't know, your family members like it or dislike it. Make sure that's something that you want to do. And I feel like if you have that will and that motivation, that drive, then you'll love it. And even though it may get difficult, if you really want to do it, like, you'll stick it through, and you'll do your research, go on YouTube. Like, there's so much like stuff that you can learn just by typing stuff in Google. It's like just a free world of information. And so I would say, would you recommend Sister Curls?
Have you heard of him?
So I would say just
Sister Curls?
Love your hair. Just enjoy it. Yeah, I was looking like, what is Sister Curls?
Terrence, if you can clarify with us, do you trim? We're gonna take Ashley, and then when Terrence clarifies, we'll. If it's a brand, then either one of us knows, so I can't recommend it. But if you can clarify, and Ashley, do you trim your own hair? If so, what's your process? Janine?
I trim my own hair. I haven't trimmed it since the end of December. And I trimmed a little bit before I put these braids in. But when I trim my hair, I usually blow dry it. Use a comb attachment, blow dry it, and then I'll twist it like little sections, excuse me, and I'll twist it, and then I'll like clip the hair that's hanging out, and that's usually what I do. I do it all around the head. So when I'm done, I may have like, I don't know, 15, 20 little twists in my hair, and that's basically all I do. Or if anytime I'm doing my hair and I see it just looks nasty at the ends, then I'll just clip it.
Yeah.
And that's my process.
Let me see, what's my process? Well, I got my hair, when I went to get my hair color treated, I obviously got the whole 9 yards. I said, blow dry it, flat iron it, trim it, color it, I did everything, get it all done. So that was done professionally. But in between, my sister makes fun of me. She likens me to that scene in Waiting for Hell when, what's her name, is cutting all her hair off and everything. I do not like raggedy ends. So my trimming process is if I see anything that looks raggedy, I'm just going to trim that right off. So I guess I don't really do trims on my own. I dust my hair, which is when you just lightly, you get very, very small section of your hair. You just clip that, kind of raggedy section off. Also, like if it's looking just very thin and frail, like I did a blowout a couple of weeks ago on my hair. I was so happy with how thick it was at the ends, because the ends are the oldest part of your hair, so they're the most fragile. It was still really thick. But if I had seen any scraggly ends, I would have just, trimmed those right off, because there's no point in hanging on to it. Travel up the hair, and everything will be a hot mess from there. Do either of you believe the myth that weave grows your hair fast? Oh, sorry. Hold on. Give me one second. Like some form of twist in your hair, no weave. Oh, okay.
Oh, sister locks.
Sister locks. Would you recommend? Sister locks they're more like actual dreadlocks or locks. Like twists, like sister strong twists. I am actually going to start doing those this week. Probably tomorrow I'll put some in my hair, if that is what you're talking about. I would say I do recommend it. I have seen, although I have not done it for myself, I have seen a lot of people be able to, because it's a low maintenance style. So depending if you're pinning it up and you're tucking your ends, then it becomes a protective low maintenance style. So I do recommend it because you're able to keep your hair, if your hair is nice and detangled, it keeps your hair detangled, it keeps your hair stretched, and it's something where you don't have to handle your hair every day, which adds to breaking the wear and tear of the hair. So I do recommend that if that's what you're talking about. Sister locks, I don't think that's what you're talking about. If you are, then I think they're gorgeous. I don't, for right now, at least in my life, I'm going to wear my hair free. I'm not going to do the locks, but sister locks, if I did do locks, I'd do sister locks because they're absolutely beautiful. And I know that they're very versatile from what people have told me. So now Shakira's question, do either of you believe the myth that weave grows your hair faster? Shanine, do you believe that?
Do you believe that?
I don't believe it grows your hair faster. I just feel like, kind of like what you said, how the twist would be a low manipulation style. I believe that weave, depending on the type of weave, for me, I don't think I'll be doing any sew-ins for a while. But as far as braids or twists, I feel like I don't feel it grows your hair faster, but I feel like just because you can't see your hair, like if you keep it in for a month, you may be able to see the length retention when you take it out, rather than you just wearing your hair out every single day, and you don't really notice like if it grew that much. But because it's hidden under the weave and you take it out, you may think, oh, this grew my hair, but really if you're protecting it, and of course it's gonna grow, like our hair grows, it's just whether we retain the length. So
exactly,
that's my take. What about you?
Yes, I agree with you. Not yes, I think it helps the hair grow. I wore sew-ins for probably about 3 years, I think, or 2.5 or so. And my hair, when I took it out of this, when I stopped wearing sew-ins, I had to stop wearing them because I was Benita in A Raisin in the Sun, if any of you are familiar with that. So for that role, I had to stop wearing my weave. That's when I began my healthy natural hair journey. My hair was probably what we call bra strap weave when I took that weave out. And it seemed like, oh yeah, this weave just grew my hair back. But it was just the fact that, you know, it was tucked away. It is also, it's a protective style as long as the weave, as long as your hair is not braided tight. Then it becomes a totally damaging hairstyle. But if your braids are, you know, very comfortable, and they're not pulling at your, pulling at your scalp, then yes, it's a protective style. So your ends are tucked away, depending on how much of your hair is in that full head or semi-full. Then yeah, it will protect your ends, so that'll reduce the wear and tear on your hair, reduce the likelihood of breakage, and your hair is growing the same speed. It's just, you know, that you're being able to retain that length. So it doesn't speed it up at all, but it does, as long as it's done properly, promote healthy hair. So yeah, that's what I think about that. Oh, sister locks, she was correct. There you go. Yeah, so did you cover that, Shanine? What you think about? We talked about it, or did you cover your opinion?
I didn't really cover my opinion, but I feel like they're beautiful. I feel like it's to each his own. Me personally, I wouldn't get sister locks right now, but maybe when I'm 40 or 35, I may think about doing it. And it's not too far away. I'm getting old, but I would think about doing it in the future, but as of now, I wouldn't do them. But I would recommend them if you think that they're nice and that's what you want to do, and you're to a point in your life where you really don't want your hair to be free. You kind of just want it to be in locks. Then I would say go for it and make sure you go to someone that knows how to do it, or if you know how to do it, then go ahead. And as far as just regular twists, like 2-strand twists, I would say those are great as well, a great protective style. So they're both great styles. I would recommend both of them.
Yeah, I already touched upon it, but I agree. It's all a matter of preference, and I think they're beautiful. Right now I'm debating whether I want to do some kinky twisting, but my whole way of being able to kind of get that look, I did the kinky twist, I did yarn braids, the 2-strand twist, with your own hair. That also is a way to kind of experiment. Are you ready to do sister locks? Because it's a commitment, and it's a style you have to keep up. I know that on my website, my Coils under styling, there I did interview someone who has she does locks, and she talks a lot about the things that you need to consider when you want to do sister locks and locks. So you can visit there too. She gives some great information. She's a loctician. So yeah, it's just all a matter of preference. And Shanine, you were right. Thank you for clarifying, Terrence. Yeah, it's just all a matter of preference. Sister locks. And Shanine, you were right. Thank you for clarifying, Terrence. So we are at what time? 4:55, 7:55. We're going to take any last questions over the last 5 minutes. And if not, if we don't have any, if Shanine has nothing else to say or elaborate on, I can't think of anything, then we will close out this interview. But before we take any last minute questions or anything, I wanted to thank everybody who's tuning in on Google Plus and YouTube. Thank you for the support. You can subscribe to both of us. Virtuouz Kinks on YouTube. That is with a V on Virtuouz, right?
It's V. Yeah, it's not spelled the normal way for Virtuouz, but it's VIRTUOUZKINKS. So yeah, it's Virtuouz with a Z instead of a S.
Yeah, so you can find her on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe. It's spelled the same way on Twitter and on Facebook, correct?
On Facebook and on Instagram.
Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, your Proverbs. What is your Twitter?
My Twitter is Miss MIZZ_Proverbs31.
All right. Perfect. And on me, for me, you can find me at Profound Coils on YouTube and Profound Coils on Facebook and on Twitter. And then Instagram is Ms. Right on Time. That's MSWRIGHT, and then on time, all one word. So thank you all again. I don't have any questions. Shanine, any closing comments, statements? Thank you so much. Oh, real quick, sorry. I wanted to say, when Shanine contacted me about this, I did my Profound Coils giveaway. What was that giveaway? What did I give away?
It was a holiday giveaway. It was Shea Moisture.
That's right.
The Shea Moisture soap and the shampoo. The shampoo's amazing, by the way. And what else was it? And the curl and style milk.
And she was the winner of that, and so and then I had done, I think on Tumblr I had said something about anybody wanting to interview with Profound Coils, and she contacted me about that. So it's been great. I feel like we've been able to make this natural hair connection. Thank you so much for this live interview. Everything worked out really nicely. For anybody else, if you want to be featured on Profound Coils, and I know with Shanine also, if you want to contact her and do any collabs with her, feel free to contact us via our Facebook pages or YouTube, whatever. There's a lot of different ways to contact us. We've already mentioned those. Feel free to contact us. I know that we're both always ready and willing to be able to collaborate with others in the natural hair community. And even if you're transitioning or you're not natural and considering it, contact us. This is not exclusive. It's not a club where it's like, no, you have to relax or you're not welcome. Nothing like that. So everybody is welcome. Feel free to contact us. And thank you. And thank you, Terrence. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you, Shanine.
Thank you. Thank you. I just want to thank you for this interview as well and allowing me to come on here. I really enjoyed it. This was a lot of fun. I never actually heard about Google Hangout until you told me. I was like, what is this? I was like, oh, it's kind of like Skype. It's pretty cool, and I enjoyed it. And for those of you that came late to the video, we talked about what did we talk about? Oh yeah, when you asked about my favorite product, I mentioned that I'm doing the giveaway. So if you guys have time, feel free to stop by my YouTube channel and enter into the giveaway. It's a collab giveaway. We'll be giving away the Aunt Jackie's Curl La La Curling Custard and also the Carol's Daughter Tulip leave-in conditioner. So they're great products. So when you guys finish leaving this interview, feel free to stop by. And I just want to thank you guys for all my friends and family and all of your friends and family and all our supporters and just people that wanted to see what we talked about. Thank you guys for coming out, asking questions, and just being here. We really appreciate it.
We do. We do. Thank you. And closing for me, I'm also doing a giveaway via Instagram. My Instagram is Ms. Right on Time. I already said it. MSWRIGHT on time, all one word. For everybody who wants to know more about that, you can go to my YouTube channel, Profound Coils. My most recent video, I talk about the giveaway, but basically, you upload a picture to Instagram, you tag it Profound Coils and Insta Coils. I'm giving away Camille Rose Naturals Almond Eye Twisting Butter to 2 winners. So we have 2 giveaways. You guys can participate in both of ours. Double your chances of winning something free. There's nothing you can never lose when it's a giveaway. So thank you all for closing. And one last thing, you can see both of these videos via our YouTube channel. So if you tuned in late or if you want to share it with friends and family, which we do encourage, it will be broadcast on your channel too, right, Shanine?
It will be broadcast on your channel too, right, Shanine?
Yes, it should be.
Cool.
If I find out how to do it.
All right. You'll see it. Go to your video manager. But anyway, that's YouTube technicalities. I'll talk to you about that. But it's broadcast on Profound Coils as well. And if you go to both our social media or all of our social media networks, we'll both be sharing those links for you so you can view this again. Shanine, I hope I have another interview with you soon. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Good night.
Good night.